Roll again. And we were just talking also about our careers and what we do. This Final Boss Sour Gummy VIP kit. This guy had, basically I'll put a link to the video down in the description here, but he had AI running on 2 phones and he made them date. Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. I never thought that we would finally get together and do a podcast, but we have the crew here today in Supercar Street Racing living room. On my left here, we got Jared. You guys all know Jared from the videos on the channel where he built that Lego play button that's sitting right behind. And actually, that probably should have been in the shot somewhere. And then we got Todd. This is my neighbor, Todd. We met the other day. He is a supporter of the channel and noticed that we live in the same neighborhood, which is crazy. So Todd's over here. You guys all know Joe. He's on the channel all the time. So we're doing this podcast. We want to come to you guys and show you this Final Boss Sour Gummy VIP kit that is sponsored. So Final Boss sent us this VIP sponsored sour candy kit to check out. And I just thought it would be cool. We could get together and kind of talk about things and then try each one. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like it. A little sampling.
So the first thing that we kind of wanted to just touch on was like one of the commonalities that we have. We don't have this with Jared, but we have all golf cart stuff going on. So you want to talk a little bit about how you got into golf carts maybe and what makes you stay into that area?
Yeah, it's an interesting story. So funny enough, I used to be Brad's next door neighbor. I live right next door. And at the time, my ex-wife and I were just together. We were engaged. And I had a friend of mine that had a golf cart, a little gas golf cart that he wanted to sell. And it was a really good deal. And I remember coming home and telling her about wanting this golf cart. And the answer was very quickly like, we don't need a golf cart. Well, me being, who I am, I just went ahead and bought it and brought it home. Yeah. And that did not sit very well with her at all. But what was funny about that is when I got the golf cart, it didn't take long for her to warm up to the idea of having a golf cart. So I found her all the time riding around the golf cart, So that was how I got into golf carts. A lot has happened since then. That was probably 15 years ago, I think, when I got my first golf cart. And I've just been a fan of it. When I first got that golf cart, being in this neighborhood, there was only a very small handful of people that had a golf cart.
And then it just took off.
And then all of a sudden, everyone. And I think that was just a combination of a couple of people in the neighborhood, recognizing other people having them. Yeah. And then Florida just blowing up with golf carts. So it all happened at once. And man, it's really interesting because I was just at the trick-or-treating with the kids the other day. And there was a little carnival around the corner that all the kids like to go to. And there must have been 40 plus golf carts just parked out there, hanging out, having a good time.
Big golf cart.
It's a mainstream thing in this neighborhood. And it's a lot of fun. So it's fun to see all the golf carts and all the stuff that people have hooked up to their golf carts, and of course talking to people about it and telling them my story and the golf cart that I have. So that's kind of how I got into it.
Well, before we go ahead and talk to Todd and Jared about their favorite hobbies, because I'm the same way. I like golf carts, cars, all that stuff, and I know a couple of people over here like cars too. So why don't we dig into the first gummy and tell us exactly what it is? There's a little. And we'll put a picture up on the screen right now of what the diagram is right here. But I guess the premise here is that all of the gummies are bosses in video games.
Yeah.
It'd be the final boss at the end of a video game. So what's the first one you want to try here?
Well,
what do you
so I looked over this real quick, and it's definitely geared towards children and like gaming. What they have here is 3 different flavors. So they have strawberry, blueberry, and cranberry, and then they have levels of sourness that go up as you go along. So what I figure is we could start on any particular flavor on level 1 and just work our way over. So in here they give you 2 packs for each particular flavor. Okay. So we can start with the first one that just happens to be Final Boss, and this one is sour cranberry. And that is the I gotta read this from the front. Arachnothorn, I think is what it's called. So yeah, that'll be the first one. What do you say? Want to give it a try?
Yeah, let's break it open and see what these guys think about it.
All right.
I'm curious. I've never had super sour candy at all.
No, I don't know about y'all, but I love sour candy.
Do you like it?
I'm a big fan of sour candy.
Is there multiple in each packet?
Yeah, there is. I haven't checked it, but I felt it. I think there's probably like 8 or so in each packet. So
after we get done with
this,
touch all of them. We're going to go ahead and give these to the kids.
Well, this is interesting. It looks like a cranberry, like a little cranberry too. Okay. So That's interesting.
Let's just emphasizing these are not 420 set.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, with cranberry running around here somewhere that I tried.
Oh, it's real.
You'll find it
They
later.
really
Real
do look
brown.
like, they look like real cranberries.
And it tastes
is
like
real.
and it tastes like a real cranberry. It's made out of real fruit, is what it says.
Yeah, we forgot to mention
So
that.
let me turn
Actually,
this
is
around
made
real
out
fast
of
and I'll put it back. High in antioxidants,
That's good.
epic sour. It says no artificial ingredients and uses real fruit. So that's good. I
It's
actually like that.
really good.
Yeah.
Jared, what did you think?
I ate like 3.
You already ate
You
like
struggling?
They're great sour.
You
Yeah.
think so?
I keep leaking.
That's level 1.
That's
That's
interesting.
only level 1. Yeah, if you're in trouble.
It's got some sourness to it, but I guess everybody's taste buds are a little bit different.
Yeah.
It's sour, but not that sour to me. But
No.
for him, like it's interesting that he finds it to be very sour.
Yeah.
The flavor though,
It's really good though.
is super good.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that
What a
one.
great source of fiber.
So between each one, we're going to wash it down with a little.
A little bit.
Little
Yeah, we
taste of
forgot to talk
bourbon.
about that. What
Yeah.
are we sipping right here, Joe?
Yeah, I think you poured us a little Angel's Envy, right?
We got some Angel's Envy
It's
here,
very good.
and we have a bottle of Buffalo Trace, and we have some Eagle Rare. We have a little bit of Eagle Rare left in the bottle, which we'll probably save for the last when we destroy ourselves with the most sour candy inside the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, also, there's 2 other ones that aren't even released yet that are going to be the highest level of sour, and they have not been released, and they're on the box right there as mystery items.
Yep, they got a level 4 coming, and then the final boss. So it'll be interesting to see if we get an updated package with different flavors. So
That would be interesting.
Hey, first one, I thought it was delicious.
I did too.
Yep.
Fan of it.
It's really good. Yeah.
Todd, tell us about your favorite hobby. Is it golf carts or cars or something else?
Probably golf carts at the time, cigars as well.
Oh, okay.
Um,
He would get along with Rich across the street.
Absolutely.
He loves cigars.
to kind of follow along with what Joe said, got into golf carts probably because of FOMO.
Mm-hmm.
The neighborhood blew up, people all over the place with golf carts, and I got my own. Kept it for a while, did a lot of modifications to it, and then ended up getting rid of it and kind of missed it. So then I went back and bought another. So it's start the process over again, do some modifications to the new one. But it's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's how I met you,
Super
you
fun.
both now too, because that's how I found your channel, Brad. That looked for a specific modification that you had done to your cart. Had not found any other videos on it anywhere else. And when I found you, saw you riding through the neighborhood and realized, wow, that's my neighborhood. So
You know what's interesting
Yeah.
about that, Todd, is that I looked for a video and I came across this guy, and you might have seen him before. He was actually on a farm.
okay.
And I think he got the Mosasaur battery free as well.
Okay.
But it was such a bad video. There was nothing about installing it. He literally just threw it in the cart and said, okay, that's the video. So
Right.
I thought it would be, better if we did something. Jared, I know you like cars, man. I know you like cars and you've had cars in your past. What's your favorite hobby now besides your family and your son?
Besides them, building Legos is my go-to.
So that's true. That's your
Yeah,
big
it's fun.
thing.
Yeah, big Star Wars fan, and then that brought me into Lego, and
Uh-huh.
then throughout that, I developed cities, and now I have my own city. It's
He has a closet in his house with the entire countryside.
yeah, my wife was nice enough to donate the closet.
Yeah.
Thanks,
You-
honey.
I've always known he's been into Legos, and it was really cool to see the video where you helped put the button together.
Yeah, he put the
And just to
button.
watch you completely start to take the bag, separate, you could tell this guy knows what he's doing.
He's got the
He
experience.
had everything all parted out. He knew what to do, and then immediately just started. Did you do that by eye, or did you look at the? I'm trying to remember. You looked at the
I read the
directions,
instructions on
but you read it quickly and knew where everything was.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
It was pretty easy build. But
Yeah,
it was enjoyable. It was a good way to spend a work day.
Right,
So-
exactly.
What happens is I get emails from YouTube saying that after I achieve a certain amount, they offer me a gift.
Okay.
So the bummer is, by the time I get to the email, even though it's 2 minutes after getting sent, most of the stuff's gone.
Okay.
Yeah,
There was a neon light that I really wanted, a neon play button, but I ended up getting the Lego, which I loved it, and then I
Yeah.
bought that little pedestal to spin it around, but that's the story of that. So,
Should definitely put that on the camera.
yeah, absolutely. I don't know why I didn't put it up here before.
yeah, it should be spinning right here.
Yeah.
So,
Lesson
Jared,
learned.
aside from the Legos, that's it? That's kind of your fascination right
Yeah,
now,
being
right?
a dad
Being a dad, that's a tough thing.
takes up most of the time.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And we've been stepdads to your son.
Yeah, yes,
Both
yeah,
of us.
I'm Uncle Brad.
All right, so let's try another one
Let's
of
go.
these gummies. So what's next on the list?
All right, so same level, and we're going to try the blueberry one.
Oh, I'm excited about this.
And it doesn't have the name on the front, so I got to look on here. But it looks like I'm going to turn this a little bit so I can see this a little bit better. Lordsworth is what we're doing. So
Okay.
yeah,
Lordsworth. It's a pig.
big old pig. It looks
It's a
like.
pig.
Yeah,
And then actually, there's a lobster as the next one, which is
Are they from
and
video games that we would know, or is it
I,
something?
I think so. I mean, I could be wrong.
I think it's Minecraft.
is it?
Is it
See, I
Minecraft?
don't even know that.
I'm assuming.
We're
It
gonna.
looks like Minecraft.
We're gonna have to Google it.
pixelated. All right, so these are
Whoa.
blueberries.
Man,
These
it puckers you up though, doesn't it?
That one's more sour than the cranberry one, for sure.
For sure.
Very much. And even though it's the
But
lowest
good.
level, so good. I love these.
I think these are the actual fruit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says made with
So
real
made with real
fruit. I
fruit.
don't know if it's real fruit,
It's
but I
not a
think
concoction.
see, it says
It says made with real fruit.
uses real fruit.
Uses
Yeah.
real fruit. Okay.
Those actually look like dehydrated blueberries.
It does. It does.
So good too.
Those are good.
How would you rate that, Joe, on a scale of 1 to 10
Well-
on sour level?
Well, I would probably give it a 2.5, maybe
We'll
a
see.
3.
We'll see what
We'll
that
see what
scale
rises,
is.
right? Yeah, but like great flavor, like
Jared,
really
how
good.
sour?
Those are sour. I don't know. It's sour too. Those are sour, man. This is it's gonna be a roll with that.
On a scale from 1 to 10.
To be honest, I think I have a different, set of taste buds maybe, but it's probably about as sour as the first set.
So it's
It
interesting.
really didn't go up in scale for me.
I wonder if
Well, it's the same
if
scale.
having that pandemic thing that we're not going to say the name of
Yeah, right.
is affecting anyone's taste that had it. Because I wonder if it was different before that.
No,
I don't
No?
think so.
I don't have any side effects.
Like talking about
I-
hot food, I eat tons of extraordinarily hot food before. Do it today, and nothing's changed.
Okay. Well, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I like that one.
So I kind of just want to introduce everybody and what they do in their regular life. We won't get too specific and give out job locations or anything. But Jared, what do you do every day?
I bartend for a living.
You bartend.
Yeah.
I guess we are your biggest customers.
Yeah.
We're there.
That's a great question.
Favorite.
Favorite? Maybe not the best.
There's a group. There's a good group.
Yeah.
We go probably. We'll bring you next time we go.
Yeah.
We probably go if we can, we go every Saturday and Sunday. Sit with
Nice.
him and have breakfast at Broken Egg.
Yeah.
Have a lot of drinks, and
Yeah.
the drinks keep flowing, and then we
Yeah.
don't drink and drive home. We Uber.
Yeah. So we met Jared. How long ago now has it been? A little over a
it's been-
year.
A little over a year.
A
Little
year.
over a year? Yeah.
Yeah, I've been at my same spot for going on 4 years now, and I've been in the industry for 15.
Mhm.
Yeah. So all the fun stuff from food running to where I am now. I got tricked into managing.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Don't do that. huh?
Over that.
But it's a great gig for you, right? It's done very well for you financially. It's from what I understand, right? Yeah.
And just like anything, it takes time.
Yeah.
Developing relationships is number one, and
Mhm.
then also like just being consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a pretty good regular base of people that come.
Yeah. It's
A lot of regulars.
and you'll find them everywhere, which is great. And there's always good people that help pass the time.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a little while ago that you, I know from talking to you that you're into vehicles. You like cars, right? And you used to
I've crashed
be
them.
more. You
Yeah.
crash a lot
I've
of
crashed
cars. You're into crashing them.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Yeah.
But would you say that that's a passion of yours, to own a fast car or drive fast or anything like that?
No, I wouldn't call it a passion.
Okay.
It's who doesn't want to go fast?
Mhm.
Right? You know?
Yeah.
I think it's a
True.
man thing.
We
Yeah,
did
that
it. We did it
one-
last night.
Yeah.
In the Tesla,
Yeah.
or the other night, whatever night it was. All right, so I'm going to go ahead now and move on to this next liquid, and it is Buffalo Trace. I'm going to go ahead and pour myself a little Buffalo
I'll take a little
Trace,
bit. I just finished this one off, which by the way was really good.
but
Yeah.
I'm going to kick it up a notch.
You put it
don't
in
like
it?
I'm going to put it in it.
Oh,
So I want to see what this tastes like with a little bit of the blueberry. It's actually spider.
we'll just do a regular pour here.
It's a cranberry.
You sure
That's
you
the
wouldn't
cranberry,
like
the first one.
Is that the first one?
sour?
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so that's the pig. That's the blueberry.
What's this next one we got?
Yeah, so we already did this one. So, all right, on to the next one, because I know we're going to be put for time here, so we don't try to keep on track here. This is the strawberry, and this one is Beester.
Okay, let's see what I love strawberry stuff, so this is going to be my favorite one, I think. Maybe not as we go up this scale to the death scale, but I think that I'm going to like this flavor.
Let's start with strawberry next.
So, sure. What's the name of this one?
Beester.
Oh, Beester.
As soon as it hits your tongue, sour.
Oh, these are huge.
It's the coating.
Oh, they're sticky.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow.
Flavor's good. Really good.
I do have an app in here. They are sticky. So, guys, I just wanted to touch briefly. We talked about what Jared does. Todd, we have something interesting in common. We both do IT work,
We do.
right?
Oh, interesting.
So, you do developing?
I do. I'm a ECTL developer, which basically just means you take data from any location, any database, do things with it, customize it for the customer, whoever that customer may be, and then land it somewhere where they can use it.
That sounds very complicated to me.
No.
I'm not good at
It takes some skill and takes some people skills to work with people to draw out what they need.
Right.
But outside of that, though, it's a good job.
I feel like I would never be able to do that. I don't think I'm that talented, but I do firewall engineering for I write policies and troubleshoot problems with connectivity into the network and out of the network. So that's what I do every day. What do you do?
Yeah, so it's interesting because I kind of work a little bit in the world of both databases and with firewall security. I work in a large call center organization. It's a global one. My specifics is third-party collections, first-party work as well.
Okay. Yeah.
So we call, on behalf of very large, what we call original creditors, which could be your large phone carrier services, automobile manufacturers, things of that nature. And we call up the consumers that, have gone delinquent, and we try to get them on the phone to hopefully get them to, repay their debt or get them back in good standing. And on a large scale, though, like on a massive scale, where we work with very big clients and responsible for billions upon billions of dollars in inventory that we house.
Okay.
So yeah.
And you've been doing this for a long time.
I have been
for a really long time.
Yeah. I think I'm coming up on 20 years. Prior to that, I used to be a captain, so I used to drive boats for
Which
a
is
living.
also interesting.
Yeah.
A boat captain.
Yeah, I was a boat captain, so I did that for.
What a transition to go from the water and then into the call center. Man.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother podcast.
Absolutely.
I got stories to tell people that they wouldn't even believe. I worked for a very interesting individual in my last job.
I don't think we can talk about what happened.
Probably not. No. Wolf of Wall Street would blush at the stories that I would probably tell people about this.
I heard about that.
But yeah, so this guy owned a call center himself and had a very nice boat. So I worked for the company and drove that boat. And then his unfortunate passing, just got an opportunity to go into the office. And then before you know it, I'm sitting behind a desk and doing operations. So yeah, it's been a long ride. Yeah, it's been a long ride. Yeah.
So let's go on to the next. And guys, we're on level 2 now. We have 3 total levels to do.
All right, so we're going to keep zigzagging back and forth up.
So these others were they were all level 1?
All of them. We're moving up to level 2.
So did you do strawberry first?
No, I'm going to zigzag back and forth. So we're going back to Cranberry.
Okay.
And this one's called Jawslicer. So interesting.
Jawslicer.
Jawslicer.
Why do I feel like it actually is?
I can't wait to see if level 1 had him drooling. What is level 2 Jawslicer?
Just wanted to mention when we took the strawberry out, it was kind of sticky.
It was, yeah.
It says on the box to put it in the freezer for a few minutes if it gets sticky, and it'll go right back to.
Oh well, okay. I didn't mind it at all. All right, so same look as the other one, right? I guess it just steps up in sourness, so it should taste roughly the same. Just we're going to be
a little sticky.
What's your go-to candy? Like for a movie?
My go-to candy? Reese's Peanut Butter Cups is my favorite candy. And that's the only thing I really like.
Unfortunately, it's another thing we have in common. A weekness for that I have.
So we just had trick-or-treating. So my kids today came home after being gone for a couple of days, and they spread out all their stuff and over the table, and they're separating them all now. And they know, because I put a side little bucket just for me, and they know Reese's Peanut Butter Cups go right in there for me. It's my favorite.
Put it in the fridge and then let them get a little cool.
Yeah, love that.
Awesome.
All right, so that one was a little more sour, but I'd say it stepped up for sure. But I want more sour. I like sour. I can't wait for level 3, but that's good.
It's still good.
Yeah, it was good.
It lingered longer than the one. Same sourness, but for a longer amount of time.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys, we're back with an unfortunate mishap, but we are going to recap what we've already done here. So we already tried all the level 1s. So we tried the strawberry, the blueberry, and the cranberry all in level 1. And then we just did the first level 2.
Yep.
And what was that called?
Jawslicer.
We did Jawslicer. What did you think about Jawslicer?
It was sour. It was I thought it was the same level of sour, but the sour lingered for much longer.
It did. So maybe that's the level.
Level 1.
And we were just talking also about our careers and what we do. Joe works at a call center. I work in IT, Todd works in IT, and Jared is a bartender at one of our favorite places.
Liquid in glasses.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, guys, we just elected a new president
Yeah.
a couple of days ago, right? What are your thoughts about what?
That's who I voted for. Who drove for?
Yeah. Look directly at the camera.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there, but what do you think is going to happen next now that we elected a new president?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it just something that you just think it's up in the air for the country now, or do you think that this is a positive thing? Or
I live a pretty simple life.
Okay.
The market looks great the last 2 days.
That's
so
true.
I agree.
like I do want to retire one day. So as long as that keeps happening, like that'd be cool.
Right.
But,
Yeah. Yeah.
I live a simple life.
right, Todd, what about
Jared,
you?
I think that I think it will probably keep rolling. I hope that they allow him to get in and do what he promised he would do.
Right.
Because if you look at the first term that he served, I think before he was even inaugurated, there was someone in the opposite party that had come out and said something to the effect of "let the impeachment proceedings begin." I'm paraphrasing, of course, but so maybe the results could have been maybe a lot better had he had the opportunity to just roll with it and do whatever he felt. And that way, at the end of 4 years, we all do what we were supposed to do and do our civic duty and vote. I just hope he gets the chance to do what he says he's going to do.
I agree. Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I think I'd piggyback off that. I mean, he definitely had a lot of headwind against him, going into his first 4 years. I think in this particular situation, we still have to see whether or not he gets control of the House. But the fact that, obviously he's president, he's got the Senate, that's already been secured. If he does get the House, and it really gives him a lot of control. So I don't think that he's going to have a lot of headwind. If anything, he's going to have a lot of tailwind, which should be good for him to be able to push along the things that he wants to get done. Because I think like any president, whether you're on the Democratic side or the Republican side, I hate when there's a lot of opposition because, they go in there and they want to do good things. That's what you hope for. But there's just too much fighting.
Yes.
And I think that it just causes too much turmoil and we can't be effective as a country. So I'm always behind my president, no matter what side you lean on. I think you should get behind your president, good, bad, or ugly. And I just really hope that, people can kind of see that, hey, those first 4 years, they were, tumultuous. They were a little bit on the wild side. But I think that, for the most part, we manage as a country. Wars were not out of control. And I really think that this 4 years, hopefully people can kind of take a step back, realize that, we need to give him the reins that he needs to run this country. And let's hope that we make good strides. Economy, number one. I mean, this thing has been going through, the market has been going through the roof. So
We're going to talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah, that's been pretty good to see the last couple of days.
Before we go to the next gummy, we're going to take just a short break here for anybody that needs to go to the restroom or whatever. And we're going to make sure we have no technical issues like we just did. All right, so we're back. We just took a short break and we are back with Jared, Todd, Brad, and Joe podcast, which had a little technical problem, but hopefully we're on the right track now. And we are on level 2 and we are at what gummy?
We are going to try the blueberry level 2 Shellsea.
And Shellsea looks like a shellfish.
It does. It
A lobster.
Lobster or maybe a crawfish. Crayfish, depending on.
Yeah.
Crawfish.
Mudbug.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's see. Blueberry.
Same-
I did feel like the blueberry one was the most sour the first
Same
time.
look.
Okay.
Or maybe it's not mine.
You almost feel the sourness on the actual fruit. Woo!
That one had some more sour.
Whoa!
That was good.
Yo! That's sour.
Yeah.
That one's super
He's
sour.
struggling with it.
All right, well, Scale of 1 to 10, the sour level.
Yeah, more sour, definitely. I think it's kicking up a notch.
That's probably a 5
in my opinion.
book.
Yeah, it's probably the first one was like a 2, 2.5 to me. This was probably like a 4, 4.5 maybe.
Jared,
Yeah,
what do you
sour.
think about the sour
That's
level?
probably not great.
Pucker factor, Todd.
It definitely has a kick. More of
Yeah.
a kick than
Wow.
the first, for sure.
Definitely.
And the interesting thing is these have melted into my bourbon,
Oh,
and now it's sour blueberry bourbon. Very good.
Oh, okay. The stuff off the surface
Yeah.
melted. Okay, gotcha.
The powdery
Yep.
goodness. So let's talk a little bit about sports, man, because our home team has been having some problems here lately.
well, it depends on if you're talking college or
Let's talk
NFL.
about professional sports
Okay,
first.
yeah.
So how are the Jaguars doing?
They're
this year?
terrible. They're
Not
awful.
doing that great, are they, guys?
I mean, I'm born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida, multiple generations, and we were really excited to get the Jaguars. But man, it has just been a long road to be a Jaguars fan. We've had some ups and downs. We've made it pretty far, in the playoffs. But
Not this year.
here we are, with one of the second most expensive player in the NFL.
Yeah,
our
and we
quarterback,
can't-
Trevor
we
Lawrence,
can't win a game.
and we can't get nothing going. It's
Jared-
just amazing to me.
Jared is a Texas fan,
Yeah.
so he can't comment on the Jaguars.
Well, he knows the struggle
And
too. Then.
Oh, yeah. We're living it this season. I took our bye week as a win week for me.
Oh.
It's a rough year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd, what about you? Are you even watching any football?
I'm not a sports fan.
Not a sports fan at all.
Stay
Okay.
away from it.
Well,
Drive you
Rather
nuts.
it not even come on my TV in my house.
There's a lot of smart reasons not to be a sports fan, man. It takes up a lot
Brent,
of your time.
how about you, man? What's
So
your team?
I've been watching the Jaguars, and I've watched pretty much every game. But I also have been watching Canadian football because our neighbor's neighbor's nephew plays in the CFL. So we watched a little bit of that. He's out. The season's over, and now we're focused on Jaguars this Sunday. I forget who we play. The Jags.
You'd have to be interested in the Jags right now to know who
I
we're playing
don't
next, and
remember
I
who
have
we're
0
playing.
inches right now.
But it's bad. It's going to be bad for us this
Yeah,
Sunday
I
too.
believe that. I believe
So let's move on to the next level 2. We have one more level 2,
Yep, we do. And this one is the Billton.
and this is going to be my favorite. Strawberry.
Bill as in bill of a duck. So
Okay.
Yep.
So he's a bill. He's a duck.
Yep.
All right.
Another big strawberry. I'm gonna take 2. Oh,
Are they?
They're
messy
huge?
again?
same thing. Yeah.
Are they sticky?
A little sticky. Yep.
Yo,
These look not great.
so sour.
Definitely more sour.
Those are the best ones, man.
Those are good.
Those are the best so far. That's my favorite. I like that better than the strawberry from the other level.
Jared, what do you got going on over here?
He's got a whole pile over here.
Is that for
He's
later?
eating them the whole time.
He's taking 4 out of time.
Yeah.
He eats one and then he puts the rest in.
Yeah, that was sticky.
That definitely has a little more kick. That's good.
Dude, that's
But again,
probably 7 on
Probably
the
the best
scale.
flavor though.
I think
So
they got the
good.
best flavor of strawberry. It's really,
Okay,
really good.
Jared, what do you think? You like it?
Trying to chew.
it's feel it right here.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That's intense.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
That's
a
good
lot.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's about a 7 on my
I'll
punker.
say the one thing that I like is the flavors are really good.
Flavors
They
are awesome.
taste exactly like the real fruit. Like,
Kids are
it's
gonna
good.
love these.
Yeah,
I agree
They're gonna
completely.
love it big time for sure.
Guys, did you know that we caught a rocket out of midair a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
They did that.
Pretty
So,
impressive.
did you get to see this rocket catch? SpaceX, yeah.
The replay.
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
Yeah. I was watching it live. It was kind of the craziest thing I've ever seen. Todd, did you see this?
No, I normally stay on top of that stuff, but no, I didn't.
So basically, I don't know how much you know about Starship, but it's the next generation fully reusable rocket. They're going to
Yep.
reuse the upper stage and the lower stage. And part of that reusability was originally going to be landing both stages. And they decided that why would they land it when they can catch it with the tower that they launched it with? So they have these two things called chopsticks. They look like arms.
Oh, wow.
That's what they use to stack the rocket when they take the upper stage and stick it on the bottom stage. They caught the ship with the chopsticks out of midair.
awesome.
So they didn't expect to do it, and they had a plan. If they didn't, they were going to crash it right next to the tower, and everything was going to be fine. But they caught this rocket out of midair. It's taller than a 26-story building. So
I'll have to go.
Yeah, I was going to say that
find
was
the video.
That's the most impressive thing is how tall it was, right? So
Yeah.
the second stage wasn't the whole rocket was 26 stories, but I think that was like 18.
the booster's
stories.
pretty tall,
Well, it's,
300
it's,
meters.
It's huge, and it's just amazing to watch that thing just come floating back in, and then the technology to get that thing to square
Yeah.
up with that. Oh man, it was so impressive.
Absolutely
I can
crazy.
imagine being there, hearing that thing. First of all, re-entering, and then the rockets kick off to
Yeah.
get it to square. impressive.
So one of the problems with the space industry right now is the regulation. That's why they're talking about making Elon Musk the efficiency control person in the government and appointing him to handle government spending. The point being that if you're spending people's money, you should be fired if you're not doing it the right way. So Elon wants to change that. And if people are spending our money crazy with buying $10,000 parts that are $5 parts, they're going to be fired. But that's something that we have to look forward to. But also the government, the regulations and the process of getting a launch license is so insane that it's slowing down our ability to do these launches.
Yeah, and not to get political, but that's one of the reasons, amongst other things, that Elon Musk was very volatile.
Yeah.
I mean, vocal, I should say, with Donald Trump in the election because of the whole issue that he had, and I forget the name of the department that oversees the licensing for them to be able to FAA, right? Yeah. And I know that they were giving him a pretty hard time. So there was a lot of things that he was upset about, but it'll be interesting to see. I mean, this cabinet that Donald Trump potentially is going to build out is got some really interesting characters in it, from JFK Jr. to Robert Kennedy, I should say. I think Elon Musk and a few other people. So it's a diverse crowd. I mean, of all different parties, all different backgrounds. So pretty interesting to see what'll happen.
And Elon has proven he can drive costs down on everything. And one of the things about the Starship that the government doesn't understand and know how to do is they reiterate and then they fly again, and then they reiterate and they fly again. They don't have to wait for approval from anybody to make changes to the rocket and fly again and test. And if they fail, they make changes and they fly as fast as they can again. And that's kind of what is driving the success of SpaceX.
Well, it's private, right? It's not NASA. It's
private.
The biggest thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the biggest NASA contract.
And not surprising that they've had some major steps in this process, because nobody's there to tell them what they can and can't do. Yeah.
All right, let's move on. We got to go to level 3.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're on the highest level.
All right, so this one is Clawrissa.
Clawrissa.
And we're going back to the Cranberry again.
It's a cat.
The bags look scary.
Yeah.
This is
They're getting darker, more scary, right? Yeah. All right, here we go.
Hopefully the camera's still working. Okay, it's a cat. No, it's a fox, I think.
Yeah, it looks like a fox.
Fox. It's very sour. It's very sour.
That's
There's not a ton of flavor. I guess it's not sweet, The strawberry one's kind of sweet when you...
Well, cranberry is naturally a little bit sour.
A little bit sour. So there's not a ton of flavor. It's good. Very, very sour. By far, I think that's the most sour one.
Yeah, I agree.
Is this acid reflux inducing?
I'm hoping so.
Todd, what did you think about the cranberry, the Clawrissa?
It's funny to hit the point where the acidic flavors have probably surpassed the sweet stuff. So now it's just like you get a big blast of the sour.
Yes,
it's kind of good. I mean, it's different, but it's good.
Jared, are you still chewing it? Or are you working on it?
Yep.
I think he's having trouble with this one.
That's awful.
I didn't think it was bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's very sour.
Very sour.
It stings.
Yeah.
It does sting. It does sting in a good way.
I love it. Sour candy is my favorite thing in the world. So, yeah, really, really good.
Guys, we're going to take a short break again for the restroom, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back on the podcast. We got Joe, Brad, Todd, and Jared. We are currently drinking Buffalo Trace. Todd is empty almost, which is a crime.
Yeah.
And we have some Angel's Envy that I bought for all of us, and Todd brought some Eagle Rare over.
Some Buffalo Trace.
And some Buffalo Trace. So what would you like to sample next, or is that going to do
Buffalo
it?
Trace.
You want the Buffalo Trace, all right.
Yeah, I got to tell you.
I'll let you do it.
I think they're both great. I like the Angel's Envy.
What I do? Yeah, what I do for a career.
We have a pro here.
Great
Yeah.
pour.
Did you see that pour?
Would you believe that pays for an entire mortgage?
Nice job, man. So do we want to talk about something else, or do we want to move on?
I mean, yeah. Well, I think we should start another topic, and then maybe we'll stop halfway
What
through.
would you like to talk
Start
about?
topic. Let me start this one.
Yeah, we'll start this off. All right, so I thought, artificial intelligence might be good to talk about.
Absolutely. What
So-
are your thoughts here on this, Todd?
I've watched all the Terminator movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like
I
that's
I'm not saying I'm against it because I've found some things that I've used some of the artificial intelligence stuff for that are kind of interesting.
okay.
But I also think move forward with caution probably is a good thing.
I think that's a good idea. Joe, what do you think? You use it every day.
Yeah, in a couple of different ways. But, it's really interesting. I wrote something for our company a couple of years ago about artificial intelligence and my thoughts on it. And I'm really apprehensive, right? I think it could be the best thing that ever happened. It could be utopia, or it could be the demise of us as, a human race. Very scary to think. And you're already seeing things. Brad and I, we had chuckled the other day at a video that you sent me. Maybe you talk a little bit about it, about the two artificial, I don't know what you would call them, right?
They were
Not
just
humans, they were just
This guy had basically. I'll put a link to the video down in the description here. But he had AI running on two phones, and he made them date.
Really?
So they go on a date and they have sex and all that stuff.
Oh wow.
Just like they talk to each other the whole time, and they like build a garden together. And then
The Sims.
yeah, and then in the next video, he told them that he wanted them to invent a new language that they could communicate more efficiently in, and they started making sounds instead of talking, and they were making clicks and pops and stuff to talk to each other. It's insane.
I'm gonna have to watch the video then.
Yeah.
That sounds.
Where's the
right here.
the sticky thing?
Was it this one?
Yeah, that's yours.
All right, so we got to talk about this one, right?
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, which one is this?
Yeah,
That's
that
the
was
blueberry.
that was Connie.
Okay.
Looks like a rat or something. I'm not sure what it is. Looks like Splinter almost.
Oh, it is a rat. I think it's a rat.
Yeah, but good sour though.
So good.
Yeah.
I think the blueberry still has a good flavor. It's not that the acidicness isn't overpowering yet on that.
So you guys, I know you do a lot of day trading, right? So tell us a little bit about your current theories about doing day trading in this market when we just had two of the biggest days in the stock market
Yeah,
all
but
time.
2 great days. Sadly, I've been so busy with work that it's hard to find time to dabble in it. And I'm always a little bit nervous, especially right around the time that, the election's happening. So I kind of pull back a little bit because everything's a little volatile. But one of the things that's really interesting now is that all these videos that I watch, there is no doubt in my mind that we are not competing against one another for day trades. Against people that are just like-minded or, establishments that might do this on a grander scale. We're competing against AI, which is really funny because I think that when you look at this AI is taking things into consideration that we would never, right? Emotional parts of it that we don't really deal with. And I have to be very careful because I truly think that they probably can do things or understand things that can drive you to make decisions about your stock that isn't beneficial for you. And I fear that the days of being able to go in as an individual and just have fun in doing it
Might be over.
I don't know. I get more nervous by the day that I have no control over it, and that I can try to have control, but there's just things that if you're day trading, it's a little dangerous. It's one thing to hold on to it. You got a good company, makes money, it grows, long-term conservative. But like if you're trying to do stuff like, Jared and I do, and you're getting in and out and having fun with it, it's a little scary,
Yeah. Do you do any stock trading at all?
I do a lot of trading, not day trading.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
I'm in my investment app probably an hour to 2 hours a day.
Oh, nice.
Watch it very
Okay.
closely. Have some companies that I read everything I can read about, but
Nice. Okay.
haven't got into the single day buy it and sell it yet.
Well, these guys have a constant day trading
Dialogue.
text stream going. So I know that they're already doing it. But Jared, tell us a little bit about your thoughts about day trading now compared to 2 days ago
I like
for the election.
I like working really hard to break even.
Yeah, right.
There you go.
Sometimes that's the way it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. It's definitely a hobby. I'm in it for the long haul too,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I catch myself trading on emotion.
Right now,
And I don't
Can
mean
be
to,
dangerous.
but it just happens. But I'm a big option guy, and I take really, really short term options. like I said, I work really
Right.
hard to break even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I find him and mine, our conversation a lot like gambling. Like I'm always,
Oh,
I'm always,
100%.
I'm always quick to tell him about all the stuff that I won, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty quiet about the times that I get burned.
really.
You are?
Right.
You know?
All right. Guys, we have one more left.
One more.
This
Yeah,
is the last
we're
one
good.
in the pack, although the first 2 or 3 maybe didn't get on video. We hope we got a good backup copy over here, though.
Okay. It may be pronounced Mo or Moo. I'm not really sure, but it's MOO. So
I think it's what is it? It's a gorilla.
it's a gorilla.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is a strawberry.
You guys go first. I've been
Todd, you go
This
first.
is the messy one.
Yep, this is strawberry, and this is probably going to be amazing.
is anybody else to the point where their mouth is salivating before they even get
Oh,
to it?
and excitement to eat it.
I
Yeah, me.
don't know if that's the term. There's an emotion, but I don't think that's it.
I think they're amazing.
No.
Whoa,
It's got a little kick to it.
Okay.
let's get a little bit of a kick. Okay, was that the most sour one out of the bunch? I don't know.
I feel
You
like
love
the
it?
strawberries were the best from the standpoint you can get a good taste of strawberry, and I feel like the most sour, in my opinion. I think they're great. I love this the
Do
strawberry.
you like that one?
I like it a lot. Yeah.
I did too. I liked it. I know Jared hated it already by the look on his face.
Yeah. Right.
At a certain point, this is actually starts burning your mouth at some point, like causing acid, whatever.
It is. Yeah.
So, let's just talk a little bit since we're done with the Final Boss VIP kit and we went through all the flavors, most of them on camera. We missed a couple maybe. What are your future plans looking like now for your own self? What are you going to be doing here in the next couple months?
Yeah, it's interesting. So one of the things that I deal with a lot is that I've got 2 kids that obviously are very active. One's in cheerleading, the other one's in baseball.
Yeah.
Carter's baseball keeps me very busy, so we're kind of in prime time for our fall season. So a lot of what I do is just running around and doing travel with them. Sometimes we go out of state, sometimes we stay close by. But it's a lot of baseball is what I deal with right now. And I love it. I was very athletic when I was a kid. I didn't wasn't in a position financially, my parents to allow me to play a lot of sports. So I live vicariously through my son, and it's a lot of fun to watch him grow, But now it's costing me all the money because I have to pay for everything, right?
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Jared, what are you going to be doing here for the next couple of months? Just the same thing you're doing now, or you have any plans?
Yeah.
Any exciting plans? You just went on vacation though, so
Yeah. So it's Christmas, big.
yeah, true. You're
we're
gonna have to be
not a big family, but a close family.
right. Yeah, absolutely.
Hang out around the house. No, it's not good.
Todd,
We're
what about you?
such homebodies.
You got any big plans? Your wife's gone, so you're
Probably looking for
Oh, I love that.
looking
You're on your
for
hall pass.
house shopping a little bit. But,
Yeah.
Outside of that, though, probably just some home improvements that constantly try to do a little something here or there to improve it.
That's awesome, man. Well, we're going to be doing some projects, and hopefully you're going to be around for them, and we can get you involved.
Yeah.
And we kind of want to do this on a regular basis, and we want to find other people that want to sponsor us. And Final Boss sour gummy candies was, in my opinion, amazing. I'll put a link in the description to these for you guys. These are getting donated to the kids now, so the kids are going to get to try them, and they'll let us know later on what they thought about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap this up, guys. Thanks for watching, and thank you guys for coming around and doing this cool podcast. And
Glad to be here.
let's all get drunk.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.